So looking back on your point you made about order management systems and, obviously making that decision around what technology to use there, the question being, and this is based on your sort of experience in the marketplace, how key a function data and data management in general has become in making sure that technology and the solutions around it work. I'm just interested in your, feedback on that function for an asset manager and how they should be looking at it and perceiving it as, a business risk or, affecting their P&L.
But I think it's both, so I'll give you just a bit of background on my transition from the front office to my second role. So when I was within the front office, whatever system we were using, whatever accounting platform we were using or OMS, we were expecting, or I certainly was expecting the data to be correct. It had already gone through the QA behind the scenes, which is why it was coming into the OMS. The data was fit for purpose and it was clean. Then I decided to see what actually happens to that data before it goes to any of the internal systems for onward use. So it's actually really critical to understand what processes are out there and what do vendors do and what do internal businesses do to that data before it's actually fit for purpose. They scrub the data, there's QA on it, making sure there's no breaks, no reconciliation items on differing data points before it gets sent out. So I've seen both sides of that process. And going back to the risk and impact it can have on P&L, well, that's huge, because if that due diligence and that scrubbing of the data isn't done satisfactorily from the outset, that spurious data is going to go into the OMS system. Now, you may have a diligent fund manager who actually says, this price doesn't look right, or this weighting in the benchmark doesn't look right. Can you go and check it? So you speak to static data or go to speak to data management. Right. But, that data has to be correct. And then if it's correct, you're basing your decisions, your investment decisions on accurate data. Should it not be correct, basing on incorrect data, which could cost the company millions of pounds in errors. You're basing your decisions on incorrect weights or incorrect data. So it's of paramount importance that whatever happens behind the scene, it's done satisfactorily and correctly and thoroughly. So it's really important. Data's huge. It's a huge element to a business.
It absolutely is, and I suppose the irony is around improving automation can create issues, right? Because you say, a diligent fund manager might go, well, that doesn't look quite right. But so many of them become used to some of the automation and the manual processes being removed that they don't pay as much attention. So effectively, it's creating that groundwork of reconciled data, through technology and through good process automation that can really enhance the overall tech stack you have. So that's certainly the feeling I hear and see in the marketplace, and the sort of you alluded to as well. So
yeah, just in addition to that, James, I've seen it from both sides. I've seen, from an exception management perspective, I've gone in and fixed the exceptions myself manually. Yeah. But now vendors are doing it more robustly, more accurately, more timely. It's more efficient now. Technology is so much further advanced than it was 20 years ago. It's just a lot more scalable now, and there's a lot less errors than I've seen historically.